And I just realized they heard nothing of everything we said at this point on the stream. My side.
Uh-oh. You forgot to unmute everything?
Yep. It's unmuted now, though. Hello, everyone. From Mute Land.
Hmm. Let's see, can I pop this out without breaking my overlay? Kind of.
Definitely looks very FTL.
Oh, yes. It kind of looks like that game that I played with a developer a few months ago. The deck building, like, FTL style game.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I feel like this trailer is a little long.
Yeah. And a little quiet.
Mm-hmm. Like, I think, like, every section could maybe be, like, 20 seconds shorter.
Yeah, I think, I mean, they're doing their best to show off every ship kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think, they don't need to show animations for all of them. They just need to show a few that are really unique.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh,
and then,
and the second trailer is deafening.
oh, you're going to the second already?
No, it just automatically played because of Steam.
Oh, mine's set to never do that.
Alright, let's see.
And I can't get mine to play.
Yeah. Alright, let me play mine. This one's on the louder side.
Alright, there we go.
Let's see what do we have here.
This first part is definitely way too slow.
Yeah. Is this the whole trailer?
The screensaver?
Mm-hmm.
If it is, then this is a very bad trailer.
Yes.
And so far, that's what it looks like.
I'm fast forwarding through this. Yeah, that's a terrible trailer. Completely nondescript there.
Yeah, this is more fit to be a desktop screensaver than it is to be a trailer.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so let's take a look at a few more of these screenshots. I have some concerns from looking at this. Like, it looks very busy.
Yeah, I mean, the UI is everywhere.
Yeah. If you look at the sixth screenshot, for instance,
you're skipping all the way. I hadn't even gotten to the second.
Well, we can look at any one of these. Like, we can look at the second one. If you look at the second one, you have UI
now
on
we're
the
going
bottom.
all the way back. Dang it. I'm full screening these. Alright, we're on the second one now.
Mm-hmm. You have UI along the bottom, UI on the side. Looks like there's another UI above the character portraits.
Mm-hmm.
There looks like resource and health UI at the top, speed along the top right, and there's some kind of bar on the enemy ships as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks very impressive.
Yeah, it does.
And that is definitely, I think, a strong advantage that this game has. That we always said, if you're going to try and emulate another game, you have to go better or different. Mm-hmm. And at least from an aesthetic standpoint, this game is definitely on the better side.
Yeah, I know that I people talk about FTL and everything. I'm like, yeah, but the art was not good in that. People are like, what are you talking about? It's got the amazing art in it. It's like, no, it doesn't.
It's clean art. It's not good art.
Yeah. And I've never liked it. Even with when it was new, art-wise. Loved the game. thoroughly love the game. One of my favorite games of all times. But the art is one of my least favorite arts of all times.
Mm-hmm. Is my camera looking alright? Like, I look like my footage is a little blurry today.
Can't tell on my side
Hmm.
because your
Could just
camera's so
be
small.
it could be just Discord acting weird. All right. Yeah. So looking more at these screenshots. So can I pop this out again? Fifth screenshot looks like a map.
Mm-hmm. Looks sort of like a Slay the Spire, but where you can go in
Hmm.
multiple directions.
Yeah. Looks like on the seventh one, there's an actual dialogue. It's looking, and that looks very FTL. You can choose your options. Look, there's a specific one for a certain race.
Yeah, that dialogue looks very basic for
Playing,
some reason.
yeah.
I don't know why. It's got shape to it. It's got different colors and whatnot, but it just looks basic.
Mm-hmm. So make sure we are in fact streaming. Yeah, we are. Always hard to tell sometimes. Gotta be careful with any issues.
Yep.
Uh, like I love the ship designs.
Mm-hmm. The ship designs are amazing.
All
And I
right.
love the angle that they're putting it at instead
Mm-hmm.
of directly top
Yeah.
over. That was a very smart move, I think.
In a weird way, this game reminds me a lot of Dyson Sphere program. That a developer is taking a genre or design that we've seen and really, they must be watching our shows because they're really going above and beyond in terms of aesthetics.
I mean, the game that you keep on talking about, but you never show us.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to scroll down. Let's take a look at this page. All right. So it's going to be in early access. 3-bit game. They're looking, we want to keep working until it's a true gem. 1 to 2 years they're looking at for early access. Keep building existing features, full version, PvE, cooperative game mode they're going to have. Story. If it's your cup of tea to savor, we hope you enjoy early access. More than 20 spaceships, choose and combine. Procedurally generated galaxy. So it is sounding like these developers really are going all in on this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm down to the about this game section. All right. So we have kind of a custom banner or little banners here. Space roguelike adventure. We have a GIF for tactical battles. We have formatting. Find your own faction.
Not a whole
Oh,
lot of spaceships.
and this again, like when I talk to developers about this is what I want to see. If you're going to have lots of choices, lots of personalization or customization, put that in a GIF. Because this spaceship one is like pretty much like exactly what I want to see from games when they do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all these very fancy looking ships. All right, scrolling down, rich armory. We have a crew.
Yep.
We
Another
have
custom
custom
banner.
banners. What was that?
That's another custom banner.
Mm-hmm. Abilities, apply new features. Let's see. New adventure each time. World building. You are to go through dynamic events. Peculiarity, space station, and the game.
I think they should have put a couple more GIFs down at the bottom
Yeah, maybe
because
just like one ending one, just to like kind of tie it all together.
I think there should be one in between the two blue points.
Mm-hmm. Which world building and you are to go through.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
just one more, I think, would be maybe one or two more.
mm-hmm. Because that is a lot of text there at the end. You want to
Yeah.
break it up.
So I think this one definitely has, I think, a strong starting position.
Mm-hmm.
My
I
main. Go ahead.
I think that besides a couple gifs and everything, the about this page is pretty much on
Mm-hmm.
point. I would say the about this page is probably like a what an A.
I would say A. Let's
But
see.
then
There's
when
no.
I look up at the thumbnail, I say that's an A too, if not an A
Mm-hmm.
plus.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the only ding or legitimate ding on this page are the trailers.
and the trailers are not just a ding; they're a critical ding, and
Yeah.
they are the most important part.
Yeah.
So
Also, there's no mention of social media under their description. I would like to see like a Twitter, a Facebook, something like
there's a Discord at the very end of the about this page.
that.
I
Let me
thought
see.
it. No,
Uh,
no, it's wish list. I thought it was Discord.
it could be mentioned on the early access section. How are you planning? We want this way. Yeah. Okay. So they do have a Discord, but I don't see it listed here.
Oh, they
Yeah.
didn't put a link to it.
Yeah. So
Uh-uh.
again, for developers watching, like right in this lovely little section that hopefully you're seeing my mouse cursor or the visit the website part, you want to have social media links. You want to have ways for people to contact you.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, Discord, Facebook, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. So going back to the trailer then, I'm just gonna let the first one kind of like play in the background while I'm talking.
But
So
you have to talk over all that loudness.
uh-huh. So deafening. I think this trailer right here, I think would be a good second or third trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good first one because it's too long
Oh, it's a freaking
and
horrible first trailer.
yeah, it's not popping enough as a first trailer. And the irony is that the second trailer has louder music but less content.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the second trailer should either not be a thing at all, or it should be like a fifth or sixth trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely should not be even a second or a third.
Yeah.
If they did a new trailer, one that was 30 seconds long and built to be a first trailer with all the proper ways, kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they put that as the first trailer, made the current first the second trailer, and made the current second a third, that would be worlds better. I still think they would actually need a third trailer in between the current second and the the current
And
first before, or just to
I would
scrap that third
actually
one second.
And I would actually advise having a specific gameplay trailer or a specific tutorial trailer showing somebody how the hell you're supposed to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a lot on screen here, and it kind of like overwhelms your senses when you're trying to pay attention.
Yeah.
So I think because this game is not out yet, we can't see what the price is. But I'm going to bet this game is going to be priced at least, I would say, like $25-$30 range. What about you?
I say it's gonna be 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 25, but it could be
Yeah.
20. I mean, I
So
doubt it'll be more than that. I mean, it could be.
I think more than maybe pushing it.
Yeah, I think 30 would be pushing it.
Mm-hmm. So I think with that, let's talk grade. So this is, I think, overall one of the more solid pages we've looked at on these shows.
Yeah, but the issue is where they screwed up is
Mm-hmm.
the
A
most
pretty
important
big
part.
ding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the trailer, and the trailer I would say is probably about 60% of the grade, if not
Mm-hmm.
more. 60, 70, 80% of the grade is the trailer, and because of that, I would give this game, I don't know, the store page a, I don't know, C minus,
Ooh.
because that trailer is just really really bad,
Mm.
and for a first trailer anyway. But like, I think that if they replace that trailer with a good first trailer, I think this would be an easy A, if not
Mm-hmm.
an A plus. But you know, that trailer is just no.
You're a lot harsher than me this time. I would give this more. I would say C plus B minus for myself. But again, I think another point is about who this is being marketed at. And this is being marketed at strategy fans and people like along those lines. I think they're okay with a slower trailer, but I don't think this would bring in new fans.
I don't know. I mean, it's not just a slower trailer. It's long, and it's not really building the excitement, and the music is basically non-existent. You know, like,
Yeah.
if they turn the volume up on this trailer, that would make it a lot better.
That may just add like half a grade right there.
Yeah, that might bring it from a, from a C minus to a C plus in my book.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to get any higher than that, than, without actually making a new trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the trailer, I mean, if they hired somebody to do a trailer, a good trailer kind of thing, or learned how to do one themselves kind of thing, this would be pretty much an A or A plus.
Yeah. I hate to give it such a low score considering they did almost everything else perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think I will go like C plus B minus range.
yeah,
And again, like for like developers watching us right now, live recorded, almost perfectly, like almost like 9 out of 10, I would give is about this game section. If it just would have broken up like the final section with like maybe like one or two more gifts, it would have been a 10 out of 10 in terms of this part.
yeah. The about this, I would give it a 9.75 out of 10.
Yeah,
The
like this
thumbnail,
is
I would give it a 10 out of 10.
yeah easily. That's
The
how I even found this game to begin with, just because of that good thumbnail.
the early access stuff, I would give that a 10 out of 10. The tags and everything, they look good. I would give them at least a 9 or a 10.
Yeah,
The the
just
the
gotta get this
thumbnails
trailer.
and the screenshots and everything are good. I give them, 9 or 10 kind of thing. But the
Hmm.
trailer, the most important part of your Steam page,
Hmm.
is for a first trailer, not for a second trailer, but for the first trailer, it is an absolute train wreck.
Mm.
You might as well consider that their first trailer just has a black question mark, on a white page, and that's their first trailer.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because that's what it might as well be.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm going to stick with C plus B minus. But again, that comes with the caveat that that's all based on the trailer.
My C minus is all based off of the trailer, and I think that if they had a good trailer and everything up there, this would be
Hmm.
a easy, solid A plus.
Yeah. So basically, like I think the main suggestions from us is shoot another trailer. Like the first trailer should become your second trailer. You need like a very impactful first trailer. And I would advise having at least one more trailer that is just pure tutorial gameplay. How does this all work? Because looking at this trailer, I love the look of this game.
Hmm.
I have no damn idea how I'm playing this game.
Yeah, and the other thing, game wise, they need to revisit their UI. Their UI looks good for the most part, except for the dialogue boxes.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's just too scattered and out there. They need to
Yeah.
find a way to apply some little bit of UX design to that and simplify it.
Mm-hmm. It looks like
what I think they've done is they've taken the menus inside of, like when you uh open up to adjust the menus and
Hmm.
like put power into your guns and all that stuff. It looks like they put that actually on the main screen instead of left it in a menu. That's what it
Hmm.
looks like to me.
It
And
looks like
that
to
would
me.
if that's the case, that was a big mistake.
It looks like they really, really took notes from FTL and try to match their game very close to that in terms of the overall look and feel.
Mm,
But FTL was elegant, or at least it got more elegant. As they did more UI UX to it. This just looks very busy, and I'm trying to look at how this is set up. Like the icons, like in the top left, all those little tiny ones. I have no idea what those are. If they're
if
important for combat, they need to be bigger. If they're not important for combat, they need to kind of go away.
Well, if you look at down at the bottom,
Hmm.
that looks like all your modules. The your medic, your O2,
Yeah, it
all
says
that stuff,
subsystems,
which
systems,
all that
weapons.
was in a menu
Hmm.
inside of FTL. It wasn't on the main screen.
Hmm.
And that's probably where they need to put this instead of
Yeah,
on the main screen cluttering it up.
yeah.
The stuff at the top, I'm unsure. That
Hmm.
could be like an alert system kind of thing
Hmm.
based off of, this room's on fire, this room's taking damage or something.
Hmm. Hey,
Maybe.
Mojo.
And I mean, I think the character portraits on the sides are fine,
Hmm.
but they probably need to be, you know, up top. And I think that all your money and currency and all that stuff
You
should
know,
not be displayed on the main game screen. That should be, displayed off a game screen.
or kind of just combined to one of these other sections. So it's less areas you need to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm ready to move on. But to summarize again, overall, this store page has like 8 or 9 out of 10 of everything right. It just needs a better trailer to kind of tie it all together.
Yeah. The trailer is the folly of this store page. And the
Hmm.
sad thing is the trailer is the main thing you want to get right. If there's one thing you want to get right, it's a trailer. If there's two
Hmm.
things you want to get right, it's a trailer and the thumbnail.
Yeah. So they
If there's
got one
three
of the
things you
two.
want to get right, it's the screenshots after
Yeah.
that.
And yeah, Mojo, we mentioned that earlier. It looks very similar to his game, but his is more multiplayer. This is more single player.
Hmm.
All right, so let's move on to Blue Fire. This is one that Dave's been talking to me about. It's one that I put on. I requested a key for. I have not gotten it
They have a demo right now
yet. Yep, and we'll probably be playing that tonight.
instead of the game you were always talking about,
Mm-hmm.
since you're not showing it.
Yep.
All right, you ready to play this first trailer?
Just about. And again, thumbnail I think for this looks really nice. It has
Yeah,
a very like Hollow Knight kind of look to it.
yeah. Thumbnail's good. Very good quality.
All right, I am playing the first trailer. We got 3 of them. Let's see how loud. Oh,
Good intro music.
mm-hmm.
Not
Showing
seeing
all,
much content though.
yeah. Showing different environments.
Yeah, I think that should have waited till later.
Oh, here we go.
Now, this is where they should have led with.
Or at least maybe cut like 5 to 10 seconds of the environment.
I think the environment should have been at the middle or end of the trailer. Not at the very beginning. Showing mechanics there.
Mm-hmm.
The
We have
reflecting.
another like environment slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. It's definitely giving off like a Zelda vibe.
Yeah, it is.
Got bosses, enemies. Alright.
We got a call to action at the end.
Yeah. Alright, I'm
So
gonna put. Oh,
my complaint about that one is that they put the environments first. You know, I think the environment should have been in there. I just don't think they should have been first. I think it should have moved that back a little bit.
I feel like they were trying to go for slow, fast, kind of like breaking up the pacing of the trailer.
Yeah, but I think they should have started with fast
Mm-hmm.
because that's what consumers want to see in general.
Alright, I'm going to the second trailer. Alright, so starting off slow again.
Which is fine for a second trailer,
Mm-hmm.
not fine for a first one. This was like a story trailer.
So showing more hopping and running,
No,
fast face challenging platforming.
hey Mike.
I like what I'm
They
seeing.
showed that wall hopping on the first trailer.
Yeah. Alright, a few more different characters.
That was also on the first trailer, as was that.
With powerful upgrades, I was showing off different abilities.
That was in the first trailer.
That was in the trailer as well, the bosses.
What was that one? That was in the first one.
This feels more like a summary trailer.
Yeah.
Not bad. Maybe could use a little bit more unique elements to it.
Yeah, they need to
Hey, Mike.
not reuse some of
I believe
the.
it is. It is in the. Oh, let me. All right. Are you ready for the third trailer?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the shortest of the three. This looks like it's going to be a combat trailer. Oh wait, characters. They really like that wall jumping.
Yeah, but that's a different one. Same board, but different area.
A new boss. Not bad.
I
I
think
would
this.
say
I think this third trailer needs to be the first one.
maybe. I think that one felt like a little short, but also I think like almost hit that sweet spot.
Yeah, I think that should be the first one. The third one should be the first one, and then they would nail the trailers. I think if they reordered them.
You think the order should be maybe 3-1-2?
Three, and I don't think the other two really matter.
Mm.
But maybe three, two, one.
Yeah. Now the screenshots do look kind of similar. I think there's a few original ones, but they are showing like the same characters that were seen in the three trailers. All right. I want to scroll down, look at the page itself. So we have custom banner. We have GIF of platforming. Hardcore platforming, Lost in the Void.
I think they needed some text in between this top GIF and the next banner.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Let's see.
You also want, you don't just want text to break up. You don't just want GIFs and stuff to break up your text, but you want text to break up your GIFs and banners and stuff.
Yeah.
You want everything to break everything up.
Yeah. They did do proper formatting. But yeah, like maybe
Plus, they
like
went so far down before they did another GIF, and they need more GIFs on here.
Yeah, I would
A
say at
lot more.
least two minimum in the feature section.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would say three minimum,
Mm,
and to rearrange this so that you know that
yeah.
it's not. You don't have the GIF and the feature banner right beside each other,
Mm-hmm.
and like I would say this is an indie game. It looks like an indie game. It's
Yeah.
a very, very high profile indie game kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
A large indie game, but I think this would be an indie game.
Mm-hmm. So it just came out today, and it only has 4 reviews. So not exactly a huge push right out of the gates.
Well, it depends on when they released. I mean, did they release like 20 minutes ago, or did they release like
Yeah. And at least they have a
30
Twitter
hours
in
ago?
their Roby Studios.
Yeah,
Mm. So this one
I'm curious to see the
is
developer.
interesting. Roby Studios. Wait, Roby Studios go to Graffiti Games, or is this the publisher?
Yeah, it's publisher. So there is no developer page,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that this very well could be one of their first, if the first game as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Roby Studios. They don't have a store page, a developer page
Mm-hmm.
on Steam. Graffiti Games, their publisher does. And
Oh
their
yeah.
publisher has only published, according to this, 12, 11 games and one DLC.
Mm-hmm. All right. So for this one, what they show, I think, is on the better side, but the store page feels a little generic to me. What about you?
Well, I think they made some good trailers, except for they put them in the wrong order.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of them has a little bit too much repeated content in it. And I think a couple of these screenshots have repeated content.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Thumbnail's good. Tags seem good.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
See any reviews? Huh?
the about this page doesn't have enough gifs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not structured properly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's far from the worst example we've ever seen. It's
Yeah.
I would still say it's not bad. Like I would give this about page what this about section maybe like a I don't know like a C maybe,
Yeah, I think in the C range for me. It's not bad,
but
but
it's not good
uh,
either.
again, that Trigon game, that is the almost perfect example of what you want this about this game to be.
Yeah, too bad they screwed up the trailer. And
Yeah. Stronger. So I think for this one, stronger trailer,
mhm.
but weaker everywhere else.
Yeah, they're like polar opposites of each other. They needed to combine their effort to make the perfect Steam page.
Mm-hmm. So, trying to think like where, like other than maybe reordering the trailers, adjusting the about this page, more gifs to break up this text.
And
Hmm.
more and rearranging it so gifs are not next to to the custom banners.
Yeah.
No images against images.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Like,
I
I
mean,
feel like this game is kind of destined to be like an underrated gem in terms of like what I'm seeing. Like the people who are going to buy it are really going to love it, but I feel it's going to struggle to get people to play it.
well, I think the game released like a few minutes ago because remember how we were talking about only 4 user reviews? Now
Oh,
it's
it
up to
got 10.
7.
Oh, it's going up.
Yeah, it's doubled in that few minutes. It probably released like 20 minutes ago or something.
Yeah.
So it didn't just release today. It released a few minutes ago, probably, or something along that lines.
I would have also liked to have seen one GIF of a different platforming challenge because they're still showing the same environment with all the hardcore platforming. I would like to see something else. And I
Mm,
think a GIF of a boss fight would also be handy here as well.
yeah, I need several more gifts down here.
Yeah. So I think for me, in terms of this grade, I would put this in the C plus B minus category. What about you?
I would say, like they still screwed up in their trailers because they put them in the wrong order.
Mm-hmm.
But that first trailer was a lot better, a lot more acceptable for a first trailer. But it still
That,
was not great.
yeah.
But the third one was more of a first trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But because that one was more acceptable than the last game kind of thing, and how
Mm-hmm.
the trailer counts so much for the grade kind of thing, I would say this would probably be a C, C plus kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. Like they got so many more things wrong, but the main thing that counts, they
They
got
got
way
better.
more right.
Mm-hmm. So essentially, we need someone to combine FTL with this game. So somebody create an FTL hardcore platform.
And then we just need to get these two developers to give advice to each other
Mm-hmm.
on how to do their Steam page.
All right.
Or
I
just
think,
watch the show and learn where they both screwed up.
yeah, everyone watch the show. Do all the subscribing and liking and lick the smash button, as we've said.
Click the smash button.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm ready to move on. Anything else you want to say for this one?
Nothing besides smash the lick button.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go to Rogue Star Rescue. This is one. It also released today as well. So
But
this
what
is one
time
that
did it release today? It's got 37 already.
eh. So this is one that a friend suggested I check out. And when looking at the store page, I feel like this is another really good store page to examine as well.
Hmm.
So thumbnail.
It's not bad, but it's definitely not as
It
nowhere near as good as the other two that we
it's
had looked at.
average, I would say.
Yeah, I would say it's a C.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to play the first trailer.
All right.
Oh, that's a chip sequence. Well, this one starts right with the action. Showing the tower defense. What do you think of the pixel art?
I don't care for the characters, but I like everything else. I like the background and everything. The characters could use some improvement, but they're not bad. I mean, the enemies are better than the actual characters you play as. But I think they could use a little bit of improvement too.
Yeah.
But the background, I think,
Yeah. We see that a lot, I think, with the games that we've been playing, like from like that pixel art. Really solid backgrounds, environment, not so great main characters.
or characters, period.
Yeah. Alright, so we have a call to action at the end. I feel like this trailer was a little long.
Yeah, it was a little long. You gotta love that bonus after the call of
Yeah.
action. That funny bonus at the end, that was amazing.
I would say cut maybe, what do you think, 30, 40 seconds?
But they need to make it shorter before
Yeah.
the call of action. They need to cut some of the stuff before the call of action. They still, the bonus after the call to action, the call to action, all that is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the call to action starts at 1:05, and it should be starting at 45 or less. So they need to cut out 20 seconds somewhere in here.
Yeah. I
Unsure
do
what to cut.
Yeah, I do like at the 13-second mark, they actually show the building gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, there's just a lot of nondescript shooting shots, and like the looks like starting around like 22, 23 seconds in, like
Mm-hmm.
that whole section from like 23 seconds to a minute. Where is it? A minute six could be cut or it could be shortened.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at the screenshots.
I think some of them are different, but I think some of them are from the trailer as well.
The third one's from the trailer.
Yeah.
And the first two are not from the trailer, but they look pretty similar. They're areas they showed in the trailer and looks like they're just a screen off from the trailer.
Yeah.
The fourth one's in the trailer too.
So I think this is like when we compare like all the games today that we've seen so far, I feel like this one has kind of like the weakest material to go with.
Yeah, the sixth one's from the trailer too.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I
I'm
think
gonna
the eighth
scroll.
one's from the trailer.
All
So
right.
they definitely screwed up on their screenshots. They should not be showing content that's in their trailers.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to cut out some of that bits out of the trailer because it's too long.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna scroll down to the about this game section. So right off the bat, we have custom banner and a GIF. That's good. We have their contact page is like fully updated. That's really great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, new kind of
They even have their
formatting.
Twitch on there.
The formatting of the text would be, I think, a little bit better. Instead of just bold, could be like blue
Yeah,
for like a new kind of roguelite shooter.
and it should be on its own line.
Mm-hmm. Online plus couch co. I like the custom banners they did.
Yeah, especially when the custom banners have a little bit of animation. I would
Yep.
probably make the animation a little bit quicker because I think most people aren't going to notice that.
Yeah. So we have gifts. Each section we got plenty of gifts. We have a story, the rogue star, choose planets,
More
tower
custom
defense
banners.
elements, resources. I like the tower defense gif. Upgrade themselves. Shows waves. I don't like the main character models. They look just a little too generic for me.
Mm-hmm. And the towers too. Like I feel like they should have showed more of the tactical the tower defense part in their trailer.
Yeah, I would agree. The GIF under heroes, I don't think I really like that one. It just shows a main menu.
Yeah, it maybe it's showing that you can select many different
Different.
heroes,
Mm-hmm.
probably unlockables, but like I don't think that works as a screen as a GIF.
I really like the GIF under weapons and items, where it
Oh
shows
yeah,
the firing of each one.
yeah, that's solid.
Different modes, or your beginner. And then the final GIF, which kind of looks like bullet hell, I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I think they really missed out on putting a Discord link or something here at the end.
Yeah. I almost feel like the weapons trailer or the weapons section
Mm-hmm.
should be higher up on this page.
Probably.
Like maybe move story below tower defense and weapons and bump those two up.
Yeah. Probably for this particular game. If it was a
Yeah,
if it was a story focused game though, I wouldn't. but I
Yeah,
don't think this is a story focused game.
yeah. The online plus couch code that's really good to mention. New kind. Yeah, so I would go new kind roguelike shooter, online plus couch co-op. Then I would go tower defense elements.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would go weapons, and then I would kind of leave everything else where it is.
Yeah, probably.
So this, I think, is going to be a very weird one to review, considering, excuse me, the last two games. I think overall, I think this is a stronger store page than the previous two titles.
Yeah,
Presentation wise, I think it's the weakest of the three games.
yeah. Like art aesthetics, this one is definitely the weakest of the ones that we've gone through. But like this store page is quite strong. I mean, the trailer is good, but it's too long, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. And then
Could show
they,
more tower defense stuff in it.
yeah, and they also reused some of the trailer stuff for screenshots, and the thumbnail's not the strongest.
Yeah,
And but the about this page is pretty strong, just a little bit out of order.
yeah. Mm. This is a tough one to grade.
I would give the about this page like an A.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbnail I would give like a C. They could probably
Yeah.
use a couple more tags, so I'd maybe give that a B.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Screenshots, maybe a C,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a C minus. Trailer, probably like a, what do you think? A A minus for the trailer, maybe? B
I was saying
plus?
more like B plus.
I was thinking B plus for the trailer.
Mm.
But then you have the overall art aesthetics of it, probably, bringing it lower kind of thing.
Yeah, like the art, like this is a tough thing. It looks good, but you're talking to two people who look at video games on a day-to-day basis. Like we study these games and we like what we see. But from a consumer standpoint, I can just imagine somebody taking one look at this and going,
This is the
"This is like
RPG
some,
Maker game.
yeah," or there's some like low quality, game maker type. Why the hell should I even look at this game and then flip off the page?
Mm-hmm. Call it an asset flip.
Hmm. I don't know. I think overall, I will put this maybe C plus. What about you?
I would say C plus B minus.
Mm-hmm.
I think the main thing that keeps it from I would say a C plus. I think the main thing that keeps it from being a B minus is the art aesthetics of the game
Mm-hmm.
itself. You know, which aren't bad, you know, but the characters and towers could be better. The
Yeah.
enemies could technically be better, but they're not. They're pretty decent. You know what I mean? At least for the most part. It's the characters you play as and the
Mm-hmm.
towers you use to defend with. That's where the flaws
It,
in this art is really at.
it it really like screams like Flash game to me. I hate to say that.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the third screenshot when like the airship is flying overhead, that level of detail is nice. I think like that kind of quality should be what like all the character models should be at.
Yeah. You it's really sad when and I can tell you I bet I can tell you what happened here.
Mm.
I bet you anything they hired a background artist who was really, really good. Really, really good background artist. And then
Mm-hmm.
they hired a character artist slash um turret artist kind of thing. And they were not as good.
Mm.
And I think that's where this falls apart on their art
Mm.
aesthetics. I would, I'm specifically, hiring a character artist right now and a background artist right now. Actually, I just hired a background artist, brother. And my issue is I got a good background artist, that can match the style kind of thing. But the issue is you know number one, it's hard to find a
Mm.
character artist to match my current character's artist style,
Yep.
and the ones that can match it don't 100% match it. And now I'm in this tough decision on which one is the best for the game. Some
The
match better
more
than others, some, look better than others that don't match as well,
Mhm.
all this
the
kinds of
more
stuff.
I look at the text and the overall UI, the less I like. It looks very generic to me. Like
Yeah,
defense health, the ammo bar on the bottom right, there's a health bar.
I'm pretty sure that's a standard text. Of course, that's normal, but it's a,
Yeah,
standard text.
yeah.
And um, the bar is just a bar with a white around it. They did take out the little corners to give it a little rounded corners, but I mean that alone is not enough, and they just did that for everything, and it's very very basic. But
Yeah,
for being so basic, it's not bad, but it's not good, and
yeah.
and to
And
sell a
also,
game in today's market, you really need to be good in everything.
yeah,
Not and that's the thing with, working as a team. Not everybody has, you know, like solo development is in a lot of ways suicide, because the fact is for a commercial game anyway, not for, hobbyist, but for a commercial game it's sort of suicide, because the fact is
hmm
as a, you know, as far as I know, there are no perfect omni-talented developers out there that are really amazing at art, really amazing at programming, really amazing at,
and music and
music,
everything
really
else.
amazing at sound effects, really amazing at marketing, really amazing
hmm
at community management, and really amazing at business and UI, UX design, UI design, all that stuff, game design. I don't think a person like that exists out there. I
Yeah.
mean, I think the closest that we come to that is what's his name over there, Concerned Ape, but
Mm-hmm.
he's not. I'm pretty sure he's not a business person, and I know for a fact he's not a marketing person, because he hired, a
Yeah.
marketing team. Yeah.
Yeah, and the important thing to mention, this game was on early access and was officially released today. Because I think the majority of these reviews came during its early access.
Uh,
So the 37 may be a little misleading compared to the 7 from the other game. Actually, I'm curious if it got any more reviews since we last looked at it.
it's probably a
Let's see.
10 or so now.
Nope, still 7.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, so I would say like 4:10. I think we're also right at our hour, so I think we can actually. Are you fine with ending it after this game?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say of the 3 that we've shown today, I think Blue Fire may have been like overall the best.
I don't know. I think, like, if we're rating store page, I think that this one ties or
Mm,
slightly beats that one.
mm. But I think, as we
But,
said, the overall art and aesthetics, I think knock it down a little bit, at least for
mhm.
general consumers.
Yeah, like if we're talking about sellability kind of thing, the other
Mm,
two crush this one,
mm,
despite, this having a better store page than the other two.
mm,
But, store page wise, this one has a better store page.
yeah,
But, as, the aesthetics of the other two, stealth wise, is more than likely going to absolutely crush this one.
Yeah,
because
and
aesthetics
it's tough.
is so much to affecting of your sales kind of thing, your
Hmm.
potential sales, and that's sad, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like I would prefer gameplay
mhm,
over aesthetics kind of thing, but
yeah.
and
The
and I know a lot of people say that and everything,
mhm,
but the fact is do they do it? And
yeah,
the answer to that is no.
and I've
Do
said
I
this.
do it kind of thing at that. And I would say a lot of times no, because the fact is there's so many games out there kind of thing. And, I have so many in my library that I want to play kind of thing
Hmm.
that when I look at games, if they're not aesthetically pleasing, I mean, I'm a lot less likelihood to give them my time of the day, kind of thing.
Hmm.
Which
Yeah,
means that I'm not even interested in checking out their gameplay because their aesthetics did not bring me in to begin with. Which is
yeah,
where this one will fail compared to the other two, succeeding better, despite I think this one having the better store page
yeah.
overall.
And the sad truth is that consumers or general consumers, they don't want to play ugly looking games.
Hmm.
They do not care about gameplay.
Even well, they do care about gameplay, but they care about aesthetics first.
Hmm.
Even though a lot of them say gameplay first,
Yeah.
but them saying that and what they do are two different things. I mean, I think the issue is not that they don't like the gameplay first. I,
Hmm.
I think the issue is that they like the gameplay first, but they're probably not going to give the game the time of day to even check out the gameplay
Hmm.
unless the aesthetics are on point.
Yep. But I think it's also important to mention that we have seen exceptions to these rules. And just
Mm-hmm.
because your game looks amazing doesn't automatically guarantee it's going to get a lot of sales.
Mm-hmm. And just because your game looks like crap doesn't mean that you're going to get necessarily get bad sales.
Hmm.
But if we were to go by the statistical norms kind of thing, if your art is bad, your sales are going to be bad, and if your art is good, your sales are going to be good.
Hmm.
So,
Uh,
and basically you should take that, as a heed of advice and try to have as good as art as possible because basically there's this basically art wars going on. And
hmm.
if you're not participating in that, then you're going to be crushed by it essentially, unless you
Yeah.
get lucky. Any game can get lucky,
Hmm.
but any game doesn't get lucky.
Yeah.
Just
Even the
very few games get lucky, but any
Mhm.
game can get lucky. And
Yeah.
if you're depending on luck for your studio, you're not in good shape. You
Mhm.
you you know you're doing a lot of things wrong if you're depending on luck. I mean, I think you'd be better off buying a lotto ticket and depending on luck that way than making a game that has low art value and gambling that way. I think you have far better odds in the lottery than you do in here
Mhm.
because I mean, you could spend $5 in the lottery and win $5 and break even
Yeah.
fairly easy. I mean, that's what probably like a one in like 5, 10 chance, something like that. But like you could spend $500 on a game, and keeping it very minimum and whatnot, and you'll probably be lucky to make $2 because the fact is you'll have well when I say you'll be lucky to make $2 is because you'll have to actually make $200 gross before Steam will give you 1 red cent because you'll have to. It's not exactly $200, but it's roughly $200 because Steam has to owe you $100 or more before they'll pay you anything. And to get $100 or more, you have to go through the 30% Steam fee plus the taxes, which I
All right, but I
think,
think we're getting off topic for this show here at this
yeah,
point. This is not the economic show.
yeah, we're going to do that this Saturday though, right?
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. I don't know what I'm thinking.
All right, but let's wrap things up here. But as we were saying, if you want more of our thoughts on game dev and game design in general, tune in Sundays for our Save the Extreme podcast. That's around 4:30.
And
And
going to talk about economics in that one.
actually, I think we're doing social next week or this
Is
week.
it?
Yeah, we did economy last week. The
Oh,
economy systems.
and then I got economy on the brain at the moment.
But for those of you watching this recorded, if you want to tune in live to these talks and hang out with us, we record these Thursdays around 3:30 ET on our respective channels. And we already did our mentions of our Twitters and such at the beginning, but again, you can follow me on Twitter at GWBlazer.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Nexus Games Inc. And you can follow us, most importantly, I think, on our Discords. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's the Nexus Games Discord for my Discord, and there's a Game Wisdom Discord for Josh. And you can find those in the link in the description of both of our videos. You can also find, if you're watching this on my channel, you can find a link to Josh's YouTube channel where you'll get a different experience of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as a lot of other good content. And you can also, you know, if you're in Josh's channel, you can look down in his description and find my channel, where you'll, you know, find a different version of the show as well as lots of other content that is really good.
Mm-hmm. And again, if you are working on a game or have a game already out that you'd like us to review your store page, please get in touch with us.
Yep.
But I think that will do it. So I will be back tonight for our regular game streams. And as I said, be sure to tune into our regular scheduled streams for these shows. And for you, Shark, when you do your dev streams?
Well, I do my dev streams on Fridays, tomorrow, at 2 p.m. Central Time, which I still got to find out what I'm going to do for that day. I normally have a list already compiled up, but I don't have one this time because the fact is I went to go feedback, and it was like, yeah, change this one thing. I was like, okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. You know, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to find something else to do. Yeah, but that shouldn't be a problem because there's a lot of things to do. But yeah, I'm going to be working on something tomorrow, probably more UI work and UI art. And then Saturday, the day after tomorrow, on my Discord and only my Discord, you won't be able to see this on the YouTube channel. We will be having our dev chat at 2 p.m. Central Time, where you'll be getting to see a lot of the brand new stuff that was made, you know, both in the dev streams, outside of dev streams kind of thing, or, you know, in private kind of thing, as well as you'll be seeing more artwork. You know, you will be talking about new stuff coming to the game, new stuff in the game, progress on the game, new stuff coming to the game, and getting your feedback, input, and any kind of, you know, thing you want to put in kind of thing to help shape the game kind of thing. And they're pretty fun when people show up.
There you go. Just like these chats.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said, we're going to end things for this week's show. Thanks again for tuning in. Come back for daily discussions on game design here and on game wisdom, where is on the art and science of games. Until next time, take care.
See ya.